Principles of sports nutrition. Carbohydrates. The word itself is derived from the Greek saccharon, and this means sugar. Carbohydrates make up less than 1% of cell mass and account for 2 to 3% of the body's total organic matter. Carbohydrates, or carbs, are composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. Carbs are commonly referred to as either simple or complex, and more recently, according to their glycemic index and carbohydrate density. Carbs play a central role in reactions that generate ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is the primary energy currency of the cell. Unlike essential fats and essential amino acids, carbohydrates are not really a component of our structure. They're consumed primarily for energy, and I think it's very important to know, and this is absolutely critical to understand, that carbohydrates are optional, they're not essential. Humans don't need to eat them, and yet we're all eating them like they're going out of style. Carbohydrates have to be appreciated and understood from a biological or biochemical point of view. To me, carbs are biological gasoline, and I need gasoline to run the machine. I'm made of protein and essential fats and minerals. That's what the machine is made out of, my body. And to move the machine, I need carbohydrates. If I consume too many carbs, the body can easily convert sugar molecules, which is what all carbs are reduced to. They're absorbed, they influence insulin, and ultimately, if I overconsume carbs, then I'm going to end up storing them as excess body fat. The best carbohydrate sources are also very high in water. They're extremely nutrient dense, things like fresh raw fruits and organic vegetables. And then you can look at some of the gluten-free grains, yams, and then there's lentils and legumes. But all of these things vary in density of sugar molecules. So again, we have to respect our individual tolerance, what our biological needs are. Supply your biological demand, and you'll never get into trouble with carbohydrates. The problem is that they can be addictive. Sugar tastes sweet. We use far too much of it in our society. High-fructose corn syrup and sucrose and refined sugar has a very destructive effect. It impairs the immune function. It alters brain chemistry. So carbs aren't necessarily bad, but there are good and bad sources of carbohydrates. Thinking of our genome and how it evolved from a whole food diet, it's obvious that refined carbohydrates and products that are man-made in factories can get us into trouble. We certainly know that sugar can entice us to eat things that under normal conditions we would never normally eat. So be careful of carbs, respect carbohydrates, understand your biological requirements for them, and make sure that you've got your essential amino acids or your protein, your essential fatty acids, and your fats, and of course your minerals. Make sure you've got these things first and foremost covered, because as I mentioned, carbohydrates are not essential. The hunting-gathering diet of the Plains American Indian was the best diet known, the cleanest, and the most sustainable. Think of it. These people lived in North America for over 10,000 years, and that's a longer period of time than the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Romans, and the Greeks, and the Egyptians combined. And how were they able to do that? A low-carbohydrate diet combined with a substantial amount of high-quality animal protein and essential fats. And of course, living and working and surviving in an environment without any agriculture. Agriculture, in many ways, is one of the reasons why we have a proliferation of disease and population out of control on the planet.